Now we should have audio. Yeah, I think. All right, I'm gonna be looking up there a lot. Hi, hello. It's Sunday night, a little casual stream in the new studio with a lot of help from Ben, who you know from the channel. We've revamped this whole room, new backdrop with painted shelves, you can see some audio panels on the side. There's gonna be some more stuff hanging on the walls soonish. And then lots of quality of life stuff that you won't see so much on camera, but will make a big difference to us. So should make it a lot more fun and easy for us to stream and record videos as well. So that's super cool. This is very much a test. So I am pulling up the stream on my phone to see what it looks like. Lighting and all that stuff is very much still up in the air, but you know, gotta start somewhere. And then to see if I can talk while pulling up the stream. Oh, you know, it looks darker on my phone than it looks on the TV mounted across the room from me. Interesting. Okay, well, that's good to know. Tabletop Troubadour says looking good. Thank you. I've gotta not get distracted. There did not used to be a TV behind the camera. It's very easy to look at that instead of the camera. It's gonna take some training. I guess it's hard to judge brightness on my phone because obviously phone brightness will vary, but I think that this looks a little dimmer than I intend it to. So let's see if I can change that right now. Something like that. I don't know how long it'll take to have that show up on my phone. There's what, like a 30-second delay? As far as what I'm actually going to play on the stream, I'm not just here to look awkwardly into the middle distance at the new monitor. I'm also going to play some, gotta get the pedal moved, some Deckers. It's a 1 to 4 player co-op hacking themed kind of crisis management game that came out pretty recently and I acquired very recently. And I'm trying to figure it out, make sure that I kind of have a handle on it solo, and then Steven and I are tentatively going to record a video or two of it tomorrow that'll be up on the channel in the coming days. I do think that brightness change looks better on my phone. Let me know what you think. It looks, I'm realizing now that down in that corner, there's a, right there, you can see a little bit of a pull. I also don't have final, I don't have final camera tripods. It's, I am very much a, you know, just do it and fine tune it as you go kind of person. So that's what this is. Deckers, what's on the table is actually a game that I started, made it a couple turns into last night, and then I was rudely interrupted by my husband serving me dinner. And it was Valentine's Day, so, you know, I did, did drop the game for that. So I was gonna reset this and start from scratch. But basically, Deckers is set in the computer servers. Each of these pieces is a server of the SMC, the Supermassive Computer, I think is what that stands for in like the lore. And let's get this mouse off the table. You are a Decker, one of several characters that enters cyberspace, for lack of a better term, and attempts to kind of shut down the SMC that you've chosen to go against. And so I need to reset. I'm like literally just gonna, like I'm not even, well, okay, I guess I'll give this deck a little shuffle. Looks generally better, but a bit glary on the top shelf. Yeah, thank you. I noticed that too. We're gonna have to fiddle with lighting. I actually have already, even before going live, there's some lights in the ceiling above me that the plan was to have them on, but they were creating a lot of glare on the table, and I think the shelves looked even worse. So Table Talk looks great, thank you. Appreciate it's I'm not kidding, very helpful to have you in the chat giving me feedback, so I really appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I agree that these could look nicer, so we'll figure out something. We'll play with the lights for sure. Other than that, tweaking the brightness, I don't plan to sit here like messing with stuff. I just wanted to do a casual stream. And like I said, I'm also here to learn this game so that we can record it. So I just need to reset to my starting deck. One should be 15 cards. Okay, give this a quick shuffle. And take those advanced cards from my cut short play earlier, just give them a quick shuffle. Although I really thought one of those cards I got earlier was doing great work for me, so I'm a little sad. This game slaps. Yeah, have you played it, Tabletop Troubadour? Like I said, I've just played a couple turns of one solo game. I'm very much learning it, but super excited to play more. And yeah, I think as far as like content, other than this casual stream, as far as content for it, I think I plan to play it multiplayer, at least 2 players, because everything I've seen on YouTube is just solo, and that drives my kind of strategy quite a bit for how to present a game on the channel. Like if everyone's playing it multiplayer, I maybe lean towards playing it solo, and vice versa, to sort of fill niches that aren't currently on YouTube. Okay, I do need to follow the setup instructions, I think, or at least make sure. Like, okay, so I've got the supply out. I think that I was supposed to start with a red program on my starting space. This is supposed to be a standee, by the way, but I've laid it down for the camera. I think that this was something I installed during the game that's not supposed to be there. Okay, I'm just going to, there's 20-ish setup steps. 4 times now, terrific design and with replayability and crunch. Sweet, yeah. It's funny, it's very, for my taste in a game, it's a little abstract, or at least like the board I look at and I'm like, that looks boring. But the gameplay does not seem boring, and the flavor does come through in some of the names and art on the cards and stuff. Like it's, even though the board is very, very bare bones, the art, the cards and things in the game look great. So I think that will keep my attention just fine. Okay, so I'm going to play with the same 3 objectives I played with last time, which are the recommended kind of your first game ones. Okay, so I've set up the goals. I've created the board. Again, it's just the recommended setup. There's a diagram here in the rule book. I've chosen a character, gotten my 15 card deck, place a program of my starting type on my starting space. Okay, got that. Got the player aids out. And then I follow the setup instructions on the SMC card. I'm playing against Alpha Moby, which is the 1-star difficulty and recommended starting one. So this had me place a Spark, which are these black they have a little eye on them, but they're sort of they're the SMC's nefarious programs trying to keep us out. Actually, I think we're the nefarious ones in this game. Like, we're in a dystopia where the whole world kind of is enslaved by this machine, but infect is an action that you do, which is funny, because that feels like something in a co-op game that you would want to avoid happening. You'd be trying to stop infections, but you're the one infecting here. Anyway, place a Spark on each purple server space and a Spark on each Decker's entry space. So I just need 1 more on my own entry space. And then special rules are that at the start of each turn, the active player, the active decker, places a Spark on their space. So one's going to spawn on my space each and every turn of the game. Okay, then you get to place a blue program for each player there is less than 5. So I've placed 4 blue programs. These create sort of a highway that I can travel easily along. So I get the logic there. That's to sort of shrink the board effectively for fewer players to cover all the bad stuff building up. Okay, I need to reveal 4 starting command cards. Whoa, that's An expensive one. Boy, these are some expensive options. Okay. And I think I'm ready to go. So I'm going to be following this sequence of play very closely, certainly. It starts with the intel phase, which is where the new goal enters place. It's, yeah, so if you're not familiar with Deckers, the goal of the game is to complete this gold goal card. There are a series of goals that you'll progress through over the course of the game, but the other ones just have good or bad things that happen depending on whether you complete them. The gold one is what determines win or lose. So trying to have the board in as good of shape as possible when I get to the gold card so that I can complete that and succeed. So the first copper goal is called 404 Not Found. The goal is space 4 on each Deckers home server must be clear of all Sparks and Guardians. Guardians are the bigger programs that are our adversaries. So literally this space, it's on one Decker. Each Decker's home server, I'm red, so my home server is the red server, the red part of the board. And space number 4. So literally my goal is at the end of this cycle, which is 3 turns, this space must have no Sparks or Guardians. Really, really simple goal. I see why this is the learn to play one. But it has a special rule. During the command phase, anytime a Spark would enter space 6, it is placed on space 4 of the same server instead. So that means like at the very start of my turn, right, when the special rules have me spawn a Spark on my space, that's space 6, so it's going to immediately go to 4, and I'll have some cleanup to do immediately. So let's get to it. The command phase resolve start of turn effects. That is to place a Spark in my space, but in this case, since that's a 6, that is going to go on 4. Suddenly, I am not succeeding at the goal. Spawn new Sparks. You would normally skip this in the first turn of the game anyway, but also this SMC, this enemy, doesn't spawn them during the copper phase of the game. So no new Sparks for that step other than the special rules there. And then perform actions. So I'm going to draw my 5-card hand. Okay. Well, this is a pretty terrible hand for acquiring the cards up here. Wow. All 4 of them require yellow, and I have no yellow, but I do have some wilds. The purples are wild icons, so we can try to do something with that. All right, so let's take a look at the options here. Ping Nexus, there's 2 copies of it. It's a wild, or as an interrupt, discard this card to add a wild to another Decker's action. That's actually not really relevant in solo. Or execute, remove an installation, a big program, from anywhere on the network to place 3 programs of that color there. So I can like normally you're working to get 3 programs somewhere and then combine them to be 1 installation, and you can sort of undo that, I guess. But like, I don't really like the idea of upgrading a red and wild into just a wild. And I don't think that its text is very useful here. What about Copycat? This has 3 wilds on it, and I could acquire it using these. It takes 1 of each color, but I have red, green, wild, wild to cover the 4 colors. It says reveal, once per turn, reveal this card along with another card from your hand to perform that other card's execute text without discarding it. Huh. That's sure cool. Let's just do it. I will need to acquire some execute cards for that to be relevant, but I think it seems fun. I'm going to do it. So I'm going to use these 2 cards. I think I have a lot of red cards and I'm more limited on green, so I choose 1 card to kind of permanently lose as what upgrades into this. So I'm going to lose my Sabotage card. Even though I'm the red Decker, I'm going to lose that one, replace it with a Copycat. This was also spent, but this will just go to my discard pile. It's not permanently out of my deck. Okay, and apologies, this is a test stream, so I'm taking another quick look at it on my phone. I have to agree, the tabletop looks nice. No glare or anything on there. Yeah, it took some messing with the overhead lights, but cool. Okay. So, this spark's gotta go. But if I move there, eliminate it, and just start my next turn there, it's gonna place another one, which is kind of silly. So the way to get rid of it, there's a couple ways to get rid of it. I could go in there and infect, which uses red programs and some dice rolls, and the more icons I spend into it, the better my odds. Plus, my Decker, Ocean Noro, gives +1 to my infect rolls at all times, if it's on the space where I'm located. So, oh, that's interesting, actually. For multiplayer, good to know. It looks like that buffs other players' rolls as long as you are present, I think. Because it just says add 1 to any infect value on the space where your avatar is located. Or ghost, but we are not worrying about ghosts at the moment. Okay, I wonder if I can just kill this, come over there and kill that. Do I care about the one in my space? I guess not. I guess I don't care that much about the one in my space. So here's what I'll do. Oh, brutal. Okay. Movement is not easy right now. I don't have any blues. All right, I gotta spend my sabotage card for just its wild to move here. And I'm gonna take this red program with me. When you move, you can take up to 3 programs of one color with you. And then I want to try to attack this spark. I think I'm hoping to basically do that with these cards and then end my turn with Copycat still in hand, so that if I get a cool execute text next turn, I can use this to reveal it and trigger it. Okay, so if I want to attack this spark, I'm gonna roll 1 per red icon that I spend. Or I'm gonna roll a die. I'm gonna add 1 per icon, 1 per red program, and 1 for my Decker. So, and then I'm rolling a die for them too. These are, I assume, I didn't actually pay attention. Normal D6s? Yeah, they are. Okay. So, I'm going to, so I'm already adding, let's see. They're rolling +1 because they had 1 per spark there. I am rolling +2 so far. 3, 4. You know, I won't have a use for this card, so I might as well pour them all in. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I am adding 5, and it is adding 1. The red die is mine, the black die is theirs. Okay. Wow, I also rolled a 6, so crushed it, remove that spark. And if you win, you remove all the sparks, which is nice. Okay, I mean, it's just gonna spawn a new one on my next turn, but I'll have a fresh hand of cards, a new market option, you know, can go from there. Okay, I guess I will end that turn. I resolve any end of turn effects. I don't believe there are any. I draw 5 cards, and I was able to hold 1 back, so I have 6 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, okay, maybe I can start some yellow hijinks here, finally. And I can, oh, I restocked the upgrade area, okay. We have a decoy duck. It just takes 1 yellow to acquire, and then it has 2 yellow, or execute on your current server, swap the spaces of a program with a spark. That's pretty interesting, actually. I bet we can do something fun with that. Okay, so top of a new turn. This is my second turn of the 3-turn round. I resolve start of turn effects. That is going to place a spark on my space. Then spawn new sparks. That, again, doesn't happen because this enemy does not spawn them in the copper part of the game. And then perform actions. Okay, I can't imagine why I wouldn't just upgrade to this decoy duck. It costs 1 yellow, it has 2 yellow on it, strict upgrade. I'm just gonna start there. I'm not gonna think too hard about it. Okay, I could also take this reroute and upgrade it into one of these ping nexuses. I'm just not sure I like them very much. I might just wipe those after the round is over. This replicant jar is pretty interesting. It has an execute flip any number of programs on your current server to their other side. Yellow flips into red is probably the most relevant there. I also have some green. I can push things. What can I do with this? I want to clear this and leave the red area so that sparks shouldn't spawn there, and that should take the care of the copper objective. So why don't I? These greens sure can't upgrade into anything. Well, let's try this. Why not? All right, I'm just gonna start making some moves. I'm very much learning this game. I am going to, I was just about to install or to upload a green program there, but you have to have a red program. Sorry, what am I saying? That was not the right sentence at all. This is bending my brain a little bit already. You have to have no sparks there in order to upload a program. So, my execute text is to currently swap the spaces of a spark and a program on my current server. So you know what? Why don't I do this? I'm going to reveal copycat to copy the execute text of decoy duck. On your current server, swap spaces of a program with a spark. So I'm going to swap the spark on my space with the blue program on that space. Suddenly, I'm on the highway and can easily move anywhere adjacent to it. And also, there's no sparks in my space. That seems good. I cannot travel with multiple different colors. So if I was about to consider uploading a yellow, but just because I've ended up with a lot of yellow cards, and maybe I still will, but it's not. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna move. That uses a blue icon. So I can move one space per blue icon, and also I can move as many spaces as I want from blue program to blue program. So essentially I can move anywhere up and down this highway of blue and end up anywhere adjacent to it. So why don't I just move to, being on the 6 would be weird because it would cause the sparks to spawn elsewhere. Do I like that? I don't think I do like that. So I'm gonna just get far away from the red. I'm gonna move this way, end up on the purple 5, take this red program with me. All right, so now I could upload a yellow program if I want. I could upload a red program. I could do both. These are all seeming, it seems like it would be pretty good to have a red, if I have a red installation here, then suddenly it takes only one icon to upload more red programs, which seems very good. So let's go for that. I am going to use my Copycat 3 wilds to upload a red program. Boom. I will also overpay because I can't save any icons. I'm basically paying 4 yellows here to upload a yellow program because I'm out of reds, so. But that still gets something uploaded. And, I guess I'm gonna use the decoy duck for its execute text to swap a spark and a program. Here's what I think I'll do. I'm gonna try, oh wait, I was about to move this spark actually onto me so that next turn I could infect and try to take them all out with one action. But a third one would appear there and, yeah, it'll be on my space. It would appear there and cause a guardian, which would be terrible. So that's not the play. Maybe I push it there then. But I have to swap. Woof. Okay, you know what? I'll just use this green. This will work. I can, with each of these, I can push something once, right? It's just push it to an adjacent space. So I will push the spark to this 6, where it will stack up and I can take out kind of 2 for 1 later. I can push one more thing. I think I'll push the yellow program there. And that way I can move there with the reds and kind of still be in one place with all of them. All right, that leaves me the decoy duck, which I am just going to hold on to for my 3rd turn. So, end of turn effects, there are none. I'm gonna draw my remaining 5 cards, restock the upgrade area. I feel like the upgrades have not been great for me. Another decoy duck. Do I have a single yellow? No, boy, those were pretty bad upgrade draws, it feels to me. But I got some reds. I can do some damage here. All right, start of the turn. Spark spawns on my space. And it's only if it would enter. Oh. You know, this is fine. This is fine. I'm changing one thing. I just realized the 404 not found. The goal special rule says that anytime a spark would enter space 6, it goes on space 4, the same server instead. So if I push this here, it just goes here. So let me do the kind of the same thing I talked about before, but to the 4 space. Okay, so basically I just want to fuck up this spark, move, and fuck up the next spark. Right? Yeah, I think so. I could also just push this spark somewhere kind of innocuous. Yeah, maybe I do that. And then save all my icons for the big fight here. Let's try it. Okay. I will use bypass to push this spark here. As far as I know, that's not going to, it can't hurt me there. It only hurts me in that the supply of sparks triggers a loss if it runs out, but that's fine. Okay. So now I could use decrypt to move myself and bring my red programs with me here. And what does that leave me? 3 icons. I guess I like these odds okay. So if I play these 3 red icons, I can infect. So I will be rolling and adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including myself. And they just have the 2 sparks. They'll be adding 2. So +6 to their +2. Seems good. I rolled a 5, they rolled a 1, crushed it, removed both those sparks. Okay. I kind of think I just am going to upload another yellow with my remaining icons here. No reason to hold a card back because you lose them all at the end of the cycle. So yeah, let's do that. 2 yellows and a wild. We'll just upload another yellow. We'll get some installations here eventually. Okay, I am not happy with my upgrades. I feel like my deck is not as strong as it should be at this point in the game, but otherwise I'm happy with how that went. So, we go to the SMC phase. Oh, yeah, okay. Let me have the rulebook open for this. SMC attack step. Automatic battles happen between red programs and sparks, but if they occupy the same space, right? Yeah, there are none. Okay. Resolve objective step. All right, we're gonna flip this objective, put it success side up. If she shuts the front door, we'll just come in the back. Place a green program on each space 4 on every server. Hell yeah. These let me push things out of there. So I can now, like, it gives me kind of a lot of ability to manipulate where the sparks are located. It piles on with me. Sure, why not? Okay. Then these things happen, and I'm gonna refresh myself on, that is the move spark step. Okay. Check the middle section from left to right. If the arrow points, so on this colored server, if the arrow points up, move each spark from the lowest numbered space that contains any sparks one space up. So here we go. Green server, there are no sparks. Green server, no sparks. Blue, no sparks. Blue, no sparks. Crushed it. Okay. And then going to move on to the next. Actually, no, the intel phase is kind of when this goal technically comes into play. But all right, copper goal is done. Refresh phase is discard the current objective card. You may refresh the upgrade area. I definitely want to. Let's cycle all of these out and get some new options. Still more yellow? I swear this deck is shuffled well. Interesting, okay. Each decker shuffles their discard pile and draws 5 cards. All right. Yeah, I still think my deck is weak, but we'll see what we can do about this here. While I shuffle, we have 2 copies of Carbon Clone. It's more yellow, so maybe I just need to lean into yellows as my strategy here. It has 2 yellow icons and the interrupt ability. Discard this card when any decker plays another card for its commands to double the commands generated by that card. So this could like double my triple wild, weirdly enough. Okay. Sidekick is just 1 red to acquire and has 2 red commands, so that's a no-brainer if I draw a red card. Or it can execute to remove a spark from your space or an adjacent space. Excellent. And then Microbionics, it again costs all 4 icons, has 3 wilds, and has execute, relocate any number of sparks on your current server to spaces on the network without guardians. Whew. That seems very good. Okay. Top of the round, we are going to the intel phase. So we look at the neural matrix goal. Have at least 1 green program or installation on each odd-numbered space on X servers, where X is the number of deckers plus 1. Okay, so I want to have greens on each odd-numbered space on 2 servers. Interesting. So I have a big head start from that previous goal. That's really good. But how do I get that many more? Interesting. Okay. Okay. We'll figure it out. The and this has, let's see. So they can push themselves when you do greens, right? It can push itself. Yeah, seems that way. I'm curious. I want to look up if I play, say, this card as 2 green icons, can I push on 2 different spaces, or would it give me 2 pushes only on 1 space? The reference card itself doesn't clarify that for me. For each green command you paid, you may select 1 program or spark on your space, but instead of selecting a piece from your space, you may select 1 program or spark from a space. When pushing multiple times with a single action, you can freely switch between local and remote shifting. Sweet, okay. All right, that's good to know. So this card can get kind of 2 of them into place on odd numbers. That seems good. So actually I can get a lot of the coverage I need with just a few shift actions. All right. All right, but I think I'm gonna, I don't think I can with this hand. I want to acquire this triple wild because it can just, that might be one of my best routes to upload more green programs. Okay, well, it is command phase. Start of turn effects is going to spawn a spark on my space, have it join the party here. That was green, there we go. And then I do spawn new sparks based on this. So in the silver phase, it's going to spawn 1 spark. This is going to randomly determine a spot with this die roll. So purple server, space 2. gets its second spark. That's a little scary. Might want to go deal with that. Okay, and it's my turn. So I think, again, absolute no-brainer. I upgrade my single red apprentice card into this double red sidekick card. And this is the one that can also remove a spark from my space or an adjacent space. Seems good. It's also a no-brainer, even though it's a little subtler of an upside, to upgrade my diversion into a carbon clone because they have the same number of commands, but this one has text, which was discard this card when any decker plays another card for its commands to double the commands generated by that card. So, so if I want to, if I want to quadruple shift, I can use the carbon clone. That's interesting. I kind of think, for now, I'm not, well, I have to deal with this spark. Then I was going to say, I think for now I would be not needing to drag reds around with me and could just make it an installation. Maybe. I can just play sidekick to remove this. No die roll, no more icons than that. I'm gonna just do it. Execute, remove a spark from my space. So now I can upload programs there. And I could upload a red, and then it still would cost one more icon to turn it into a program later. Or an installation later. I don't have enough, unless I combine it with a wild, I don't have enough to install a third yellow. I could though. Well, I can't move this turn, and again, unless I use a wild for it. All right, why don't I do the cool thing? I think that this just gets a lot of my greens into place really nicely. Which servers do I want to try to complete the goal on? I think not. I'm thinking like purple and blue, because I could push these this way and these this way, and that's generally where I'm hanging out. So let's plan on that. I'm going to use Carbon Clone to interrupt Memory Steal, doubling its command icons, and I have 4 shifts. So that will shift this one here. That's on a odd space, so that's all set. This one here, that's on an odd space. That's 2. I have 2 more. Let's push this down onto an odd space. And I kind of think I probably want to also push this. I could carry it with me if I move manually, but wait, was this already on an odd space? No. Yeah, I basically probably want to use shifts to get it here, and then I assume, can you push yourself? Yeah, you can push the green that, sorry, by yourself I meant, can you push the green that is letting you push from your space? Thanks. Tabletop Troubadour, thank you for swinging by. I appreciate the feedback on the shots. I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm going to go on from there. I have these. Let's just let's have some fun and install a red program, or upload a red program rather. It's going to be a third one here. All right, that would be the turn. End of turn effects, draw 5 cards. And refill the market. Nightum ship. On an execute, move from an open space to any other open space on the network. Wow. Open space. So that's a space that's on the outside of the board. But that's like a way to get to the 1. Interesting. Although then I wouldn't have greens with me. Oh, well, anyway. And Viral Splash, red and yellow with execute, place 2 sparks on your space to place a red on up to 3 different open spaces. Oh, weird. Okay. Well, it's not interesting. I don't have really the cards to take that one though. Okay, so Where are we going from here? Start of turn effects. Oh, right. Spark in MySpace, because the SMC always does that. And random spark, because it's silver. That is purple 3. Oh boy. Sparks are heading up in purple. Okay. My actions. Yeah, the spark situation in purple is kind of ominous, because if these become guardians, I lose, basically. If guardians explode like diseases in Pandemic, but unlike Pandemic, if there are 2 of them next to each other, they do explode infinity times and you lose. So I should probably deal with that. I have the greens to upload a green program, so that's pretty sweet as well. So why don't I don't like any of my upgrade options. All right, so I am going to just play a card. Annoyingly, even though it's a free move between these spaces, you do have to spend some blue to trigger a move action. I'm gonna move in here with my 3 reds, and I will infect. So they're rolling +2 because there's 2 sparks there, but I'm rolling +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrong dice. I need these dice. Okay. Adding 6 to there too. And well, I'm glad my bonus exceeded theirs because I rolled lower, but we're fine. So 2 sparks removed. That's great. Okay. This is an odd space, so I think I will go ahead and spend 3 green to upload a green program there. And then I'm gonna just keep this card in the next round. I don't think that moving right now is really the one thing it does. Is it helps me change where my spark spawns next time. I don't feel strongly about avoiding it here now that I've cleared the space, so that's fine. I'll save this card. All right, end of turn effect, draw 5 cards. It's my last 5 cards of the round. So this is the turn. Oh boy, this is the turn where I have to get programs on all the odds. Okay. Let's see if I can do it. This is the turn. I mean, if I don't succeed at the goal, it's okay. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So top of the turn, start of turn effects is going to be a spark in my space, and then also we're going to roll for a spark in a random space. Blue 3. All right, that's pretty okay. I just realized that I got a seltzer out to drink while I did this and haven't opened it. Sorry, as I can't stop looking at the stream on my phone. See how it looks and what the delay is. All that good test kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking all right. Just looking at what it looks like brightness-wise and all that. Cool, okay. All right, so I need green programs here and here, kind of no matter what. So the sparks are not really bothering me. I should be able to make this happen. I don't have any yellows on my space, huh? Either, to get rid of the spark that way. So I can use these wilds, like triple wild can give me 3 green pushes, which could be like 1, 2. I basically need to push 5 times. Do I have the cards for that? No. Interesting. I could push this here and then leave carrying this green though. That should do it. That should do it. Okay. So I can also use my copycat to copy the execute of the decoy duck to swap a program and a spark. Is this interesting to me? That would be one way to move green a little bit. Like I could swap this with this spark, take out the sparks ideally, and then kind of be closer, but I'm still a shift. Oh no, I'm not a shift down. Let's do it that way. That keeps me central, which I like. Okay, so let's do this. Copycat, decoy duck. On my current server, swap a spark and a program. So I'm gonna swap this spark with this program, getting the green closer to that odd space where it wants to be. Okay, that was just revealing this to do the decoy duck effect. No cards spent. All right, then I am going to, and this is gonna need a good roll, otherwise I'm in potentially very big trouble. But I guess I'm risking it. Unless I wanted to like acquire this. Relocate any number of sparks on my current server to any spaces on the network. That's kind of fun. I don't think I have, yeah, I don't have, well, hold on. Let's do it. Because let's see, the roll here would be +5 to +2. Like those are good odds, but it's not guaranteed. And I feel like I risk losing the game if I fail that. So let's do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna upgrade this data steal and spend the other required icons to take microbionics. This also gives me so many wild icons. I can do all the pushing of green that I need to. So that's one way to go, but I think I have 4 icons here and I just need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the green pushes that I need. So that means I can afford to use microbionics for its execute text, relocate any number of sparks on your current server. Current server, wow, that's so good. So let's get them out of my space. I'm gonna kind of put them just spread out where they're like unlikely to cause explosions anytime soon. But on your server, so I can also get one out of here and just put it somewhere, somewhere like that. Relocate any number of sparks on your current server. I have plenty of supply left that I don't think that I'm screwing myself with that. That seems incredibly efficient. Cool, okay. And then I have 4 icons to shift with greens. So I'll spend those and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Currently, I have greens on all the odds on 2 servers. That leaves me with decoy duck. I can either spend 2 yellows, which can like convert, if you have more yellows, you can convert a spark. Nope. Then the only other thing that this can really do is execute on your current server, swap the spaces of a program with a spark. I don't think I care to do that either. I guess I'm just discarding this. Weird, do I want to swap it for one of these? Carbon clone was good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna upgrade decoy duck into carbon clone. That's the one that let me double the icons on a card. I have 2 triple wildcards now, so doubling one with clone seems kind of like it has limitless potential. Okay, end of turn effects, draw 5 cards, restock, upgrade area. All right, SMC phase. There would be an attack if there were any sparks and reds coexisting. There are not. Resolve objective. All right, the goal. Have a green on each odd-numbered space on 2 servers for a 1-player game. I've done it. Success. Sometimes a decker's sharpest tool is their mind. On a random server, place a spark on all of its spaces. On a random server, place a spark on each of its spaces that is clear of sparks and greens. Oh, weird. Okay, that's a bad thing. It can. All right. Let's see. Red server. All right, so we're getting sparks on all the spaces that don't already have sparks, since none of them are greens. That's pretty brutal. That runs my supply down a lot. And then yellow is moving a spark, the highest numbered spark, down. Blue, lowest numbered spark, up. Red, lowest numbered spark, up. That puts two of them together there. Also scary. And green, lowest numbered spark, down. It's already at 1, so I think nothing happens. All right. We've done the move spark step. All right, refresh phase. Yeah, let's cycle out this. Mark it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Finally some green ones. We'll see if those are interesting. Let's see what my hand looks like. Speaking of which, I need to shuffle. Okay, so while I shuffle, let's look at the new goal, right? Hackman. Hackman? Hackman. This is the gold goal. So this is win or lose. If I succeed at this, I win. If I don't succeed at this, I think I immediately lose. I don't think it's like you get more time or anything. So, goals. Remove the Hackman, like you would remove a White Guardian. Okay, so you have to go infect them. I guess I'm a good character for that. And each avatar must be on their entry space. Setup. Stack a White Guardian on top of a yellow installation, both from the supply, or network if empty. This is the Hackman. Set it aside for now. Rules. The Hackman and all Black Guardians act as White Guardians. I kind of forget what all the differences there are. During each start of turn step, the Hackman is relocated directly to the active Decker's space. Oh, this is... Oh. Oh, no. Okay, so what does a White Guardian do? Guardians. White Guardians deny avatars entry to their space, preventing the standard upload install actions, contributing to the resistance value, and attacking in the SMC stack. Oh, those are the other things that they generally do. Okay. So, I cannot voluntarily move or exist in the same space as a White Guardian. If for any reason an avatar is in the same space as a White Guardian, immediately relocate that avatar to a random space in the network. But does the Guardian also, this is interesting. I'm wondering if it removes all the spaces, right? Or sorry, if it removes all the programs. Because when you get a Guardian via transformation, via 3 sparks in the same space, you remove all Decker and SMC spaces pieces from the space. So all sparks and all the programs would go away. The following rules apply at any time. Guardians cannot be moved or shifted unless explicitly. Guardians are powerful but stationary countermeasures that form whenever 3 sparks are in the same space. Like sparks, Guardians can either be black or white. Both follow the same rules and abilities, but White Guardians also deny avatars entry to their space. So this doesn't seem to indicate that it removes all the programs, which is extremely important because all I should have to do to attack it is leave these red programs here and go build a red or a green, what am I saying? A green installation. Use it to ghost. It lets you kind of remotely do your action somewhere else and kill it that way. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna double check this because I just want to make sure I have this right. I am here trying to learn the game to film it tomorrow, which obviously we want to have stuff right. So, let's see, Decker's Hackman. I guess I just have to go Decker's No, I'll just go Hackman. Let's see if someone's asked this question. Let's see. You still need to work towards a green installation. I don't... The Board Game Geek thread does say that every time Hackman moves to a space, all tokens are removed. And then you get pushed to a random space? Oh, yeah. A random space in the network. What? Wait. What? And if an avatar is in the same space as a White Guardian, immediately relocate it to a random space in the network using the dice. Okay, so apparently, each start of turn step, the Hackman is relocated directly to my space. Jeez. All right. Well, it is the start of turn step. So here's good news, I think. Alpha Moby spawns a spark in my space. And then when this appears, it doesn't like cause an explosion, it removes all the pieces. So now Hackman moves onto my space. It just deletes all of these programs and the spark. So like this, the Alpha Moby's spark spawning is kind of like no longer an issue for the most part, unless it were to spawn the third one on the space and cause an explosion. But then this sends me just somewhere random? That's absurd. All right, it's gonna send me to red 5. Well, that's not too far away. Oh boy, okay. I should have my 5 cards, huh? I do not. Oh, I also need to spawn for the spawn step. It's still just spawning 1 black spark each round. Purple 1. Oof, that's a second one there. I lost all my red programs. I do not know how I recover from this. This seems like it would be quite a bit easier with multiple people. Well, maybe. It would be moving twice as often. Jeez. So I can't go into its space. I have to ghost. Well, so let's see what we can do. No brainer. Apprentice upgrades into this sidekick. It's a 1 for 2 red. Easy. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna want a lot of reds. Once I can ghost, I'm gonna want a lot of reds. I don't want to end. Oh man. This is so rough because if I were to go here, like upload a green and then end there, Hackman's gonna move to me and delete the greens. You have to, oh. Wow, okay. Huh. This is real hard. All right, well, I mean, I guess my decrypt, I'm looking at this data shift card actually. Execute, relocate up to 3 programs in your space taken, or to your space, taken from amongst the spaces adjacent to your space. So that could let me suck all the greens into here or something. Or I could do it like over here. That's pretty interesting. All right, so I think I'm going to, man, I have decrypt. Well, yeah, that's also kind of a no-brainer to upgrade it into this. This is strictly better. But then I would have to, I don't know, maybe I want to leave it out there and upgrade a card on a future turn into it. So I'm going to play Decrypt to move 2 spaces. It could be kind of any of these. I think I just can't move again. Well, I could move again. You can't push yourself with a green, right? Nah, just push. Okay, yeah, I'll end there. I need to get rid of those sparks. And I could just do it with my 2 sidekicks, because I would probably pour 4 icons into making sure I win that roll anyway. Would I win it with 2? I would be at +3 to their +2. I don't like those odds. All right. So I am just going to play 2 sidekicks. Each one of them removes a spark from my space or an adjacent space. I want to... Oh, you know what? Yeah. I will... No, Hackman's going to move to me. Getting rid of those. I just have to survive, like, the... Yeah, those can stay there. I'm going to remove these, I guess. Those are 2 adjacent spaces. Then I will use Microbionics for the 3 wilds for 3 greens. And I'm gonna go push. I'm basically hoping that it stays in purple. I don't really know what to do if it doesn't. I guess I can move those around by carrying them. Okay, that's 2 pushes. I guess I'll go like 3, just try to work towards consolidating them all. Then I don't have to upload a new one. That leaves me with this double red that I'll just sit on. Might as well save it to next hand. Okay. There's still no end of turn effect, so I'm going to draw 5 cards. Put out a new upgrade. It is Nootropic Bloom. Wild or interrupt, discard it to add the wild to any decker's action, or flip a program to its other side. Could be an interesting way to get a blue into a green. Not a bad option to have. Okay. Is there any execute text up there? Yeah. Because I have a copycat again, but no execute in my hand. Okay, well, let's go to start of turn. So, this, when there's multiple start of turn effects, you can, I believe, sequence them in an order of your choice, which the rulebook says is like not, it's a feature, not a bug. You should sequence them intelligently. So, that's what I'm going to do. Because if I were to spawn a 3rd spark, that would be terrible news. That would be a guardian. What would happen if a guardian moved? What would happen if a guardian... Does it even matter? It would turn into a guardian and then the Hackman would destroy that? It would push me out immediately and then the Hackman would move to my new space. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, so Hackman's going to move to me. That's going to remove the sparks. And it's also going to teleport me randomly. So I am going to purple 3. Oh, that was a great pull. Holy shit. Okay. The fact that it did not move me very far is clutch. Okay. That's... I think that might win me the game right there. That's a great roll. Okay. I still also need to spawn a spark in my space for the start of the round, for the Alpha Moby start of turn effect, and then spawn one at a random space and hope nothing too terrible happens. 2 red. Oh, something did happen. Those are going to be immediately converted into a guardian. All right, I think that's ignorable here. So, and it's actually very good that I can hopefully destroy the Hackman this turn, because I then have to be on my entry space as part of this goal. Sheesh. Okay, so I should just be able to take a giant attack here, right? Because, okay. Oh, so close. Okay, hang on, hang on. Here's what I can do. I need to move onto that space, pulling Yeah, all right. The only move in my hand would be my triple wild, which I'd rather not use. Or, oh, here's what I can do. I can upgrade my sabotage, because it has a wild icon, this requires blue, into data shift. This has the execute effect, relocate up to 3 programs to your space taken from spaces adjacent to your space. So I can use that with copycat as a reveal to move green, green, green here. I do have to have that spark gone in order to turn this into an installation. So I'm gonna spend a green to push that spark out. Let's push it here. And then I can spend focus to install, turning 3 green programs into a green installation. This lets me ghost. So what ghosting means is that I can use my ghost token to perform an action as if I was in another spot on this server. And I'm gonna do that and just pour a million reds into this. Yeah, so it's gonna, it's a guardian, so it's gonna roll +4. So I'm gonna ghost into there and go, I guess why not this one too, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna put 6 into this. And I add a +1. So I'm at +3 to its +4. Sorry, I'm +3 up. I'm at, what did I just do? Yeah, 6, 7. 7 to its 4. I have an advantage of 3. I'm rolling these dice and hoping for the best. Red one is mine. I rolled a 3, it rolled a 2. Sweet, Hackman is defeated. It's removed. Okay. Incredible. All right, that ghost action is done. And then I have data shift to move twice. And I can take this blue, what's undisturbed of this blue highway, and go 1, free move, 2, I'm on my entry space. All that's left is to survive the next turn. So I think it's doable as long as this doesn't like explode too crazy. Should be fine. All right, draw 5 cards, restock the upgrade area. Start of turn step. Hackman's dead, so it shouldn't keep moving, I don't think. And then I do spawn a spark in my space and a spark on a random space. Purple 5. That's fine. I don't think I need to do anything. I think if I let this round end, I win the game. Is there anything fun to do? Might as well try. Oh wait, I have to have a program in order to attack these. Oh shoot. Did I forget that? To infect, to destroy Hackman, I had to have at least 1 red program present. Fuck. Wait. Wait. How in the world was I supposed to do that? Okay. Let me... Is there anything... Basically, here's what I had to do. I'll re-roll the dice. Okay. Here's what I had to do. When I was back here... This is why I'm playing a practice game before we film. I needed to use this copycat to upload a red program. Then I needed to use this data shift to do a ghost move, putting my ghost here, moving to bring the red program in. And then I had to do the attack. So that would have left me with 3 red icons, 4, 5. So +5 to its +4. So that die roll would have still been fine, but I'm going to roll again just so I feel better. 3 to 3, my advantage is enough. Ooh, what happens in a tie? If you win, you remove all enemies. If you lose, you remove a red program. Is a tie neither of those effects, or is a tie considered a win or a loss? Let's see if this touches on that. A tie or lower, you lose. Oh boy. Okay, so I just won by the skin of my teeth. All right, the one problem. So that all worked. The problem is that I did not make that move over here. So I gotta solve movement with this last hand. Also, the spark at the start of my turn would have appeared here. Okay. I do have enough movement to get there. I have this data scan, 2 blue icons, with the blue to blue being a free move. I can get there, and I don't think any of this matters very much. Wow. Okay, well, I think I won. End of the round. Let's see. Resolve end of turn effects. Draw 5 cards. Yeah, go to success. Nom nom nom, you led that thing around the network and took advantage like a pro. Congratulations, you've won. Whew. That was by the skin of my teeth. That was fun. I dug it. It was pretty fun solo. I think I'm looking forward to playing it multiplayer, but I had a good time with it. And with that, my stomach just rumbled. It is time for me to find something to eat. It's dinner time here. If you're, thank you. I mean, it was just Tabletop Troubadour who hung out in the chat, but appreciate you in the chat. Appreciate everyone else who's watching, who maybe liked the video or could do so now. If you're watching now as we wrap up, that always helps a lot. And yeah, this stream worked. We've got some issues with lighting and some other stuff to hammer out. But you know, I'm pretty excited to do a lot more content from this overhauled room. So thanks for watching. I'll be back next time.